Yeah, with Dan McNeil. I know this guy too.
In the house.
DM and BLT.
DM.
Good morning.
Yes, let's all welcome Dan McNeil. Oh my gosh, you bring the best guest in.
Well, we haven't,
I haven't started
we haven't
yet.
even heard him talk yet. Yeah, you might want to wait to say that.
Brett and I are neighbors, so he's heard me talk, but I bore his ear with a lot of stuff. So we'll see how I do in the show.
Yeah, this segment is 10 minutes or less, buddy. Good luck.
All right, guys. Thank you. I'm
starting
done
now.
for the day.
I know.
Starting right now. No,
Okay.
we're super
I will
excited
keep it
to have-
abbreviated. I'm a long-winded person.
You're already failing.
There you go.
No, we're very excited to have Dan here today. He's my colleague and friend. Dan McNeil from Vallarta Real Estate, guys, is in my hot seat to discuss market trends in Puerto Vallarta. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm here with Radiante Royalty and the CPS team, and I'm excited.
Awesome, Dan. Yeah, I know that you're a certified AMPI real estate agent. You are my idol. You're a top performing real estate agent here. And I know you, and I know you're a skilled and effective negotiator and communicator. We've got a lot to talk about. And I'd like to begin with your thoughts on the real estate market right now here in Banderas Bay.
I think we have a unique real estate market right now. So we've been in a seller's market for a long time. And a lot of people are worried that that's going to crash. But right now we're in a seller's and buyer's market. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of things changing. We have a lot of price points that are really, really high, and sellers really want to get the most of their property. And of course, we want to get the most for them. And not that long ago, we were selling a lot of pre-construction projects that were the best opportunities because you get into pre-construction and it's lower. But recently, we've been seeing pre-construction going up on either side of an existing property that's not that old, and the used properties are actually a better price point. And so we're in a unique kind of situation right now. And if that seller is motivated, not desperate, but motivated to sell, we're getting better deals than we were able to in different ways than we had before.
And Dan, by used properties, you mean properties that are already built, like already there, turnkey, ready to go, right?
Exactly. So we're seeing the opportunities have changed a bit. And one of the big reasons for that is we have a lot more inventory right now. So I did a search the other day for clients, which 8 months ago we'd have 60 properties available, and I started with 125. So, and some people get worried about that. They go, well, we think the market's going to crash. No, we've got a very, very healthy market right now. The prices that are high right now are people that are not motivated to sell. So I had an opportunity to sell my place. I was given an offer $45,000 under what I want, but I would need to get another property to move.
Right.
So I don't, if the price was right, I would move, right? And there's people that own 9 properties here. Most people that own Vallarta own more than one property. And those people that own those property, they're not motivated to sell it. So those people are just going to sit around for a little while. But because we have more inventory, there's really, really good deals. So for those two reasons, that's why I say it's a buyer's and seller's market, because the sellers that are going to hold out, that have a great view or a great property, they're going to get their value. It's just going to take more time. And the buyers that are looking for a deal, Barbara and I, we had a hard time finding those deals 8 months ago because it was like, listen, it's not a sales pitch, but if you don't make an offer in the next day or so, this deal is going to be gone. And we have some different opportunities now where that's starting to change. So I don't see any bubble bursting, but we got great opportunity. We're showing more property. So I did showings the other day with some clients. We've seen almost 20 properties.
Wow.
But they narrowed it in. And some people think I'm crazy for that. But you know what? They're happy. They narrowed it in, and they got a deal. And it's going to work out for them. They're going to rent it. They're going to own it. So it's going to be great. So the market's changed. It's both now. It's
kind of like a mixed market right now.
love
And it's unprecedented. This sort of stuff doesn't happen often. So it's really unique, and it's great for us because we have more opportunity to show more property.
But
to
do you
people.
feel like because of that, we're heading towards a tipping point that's going to maybe more heavily favor the buyers than the sellers? Or do you think it's going to stay balanced for a while? I mean, you don't have a crystal ball right there, but
That's exactly what I was gonna say
But
about
I've got the two best experts in this room.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
I think it's going to stay this way for a while because, as I said, not to sound like a broken record, but there's just some people not motivated to sell.
Yeah.
I'm not a greedy person, but like when I didn't even put my property for sale, I showed it, but my wife said to me, because Brent did a great reno in his condo, but he went and rented another place, and I was cheap, and my family lived in it while we renoed it, and my wife would kill me if I did that again. So she said, listen, this is the number we got to get to make it worth our while, and we got to rent a place, buy a place, and reno it. So we're not motivated to sell. We're not being greedy, but we don't have to. And there's a lot of people that have moved down here from Canada, United States during COVID, and they're in that situation. So because of that, Brent, people are going to hold that don't need to sell because there's no motivation for them to sell.
Right.
And then there's other people that are like, I bought pre-construction or I bought before. It's gone up in value. I don't have to keep it at the same price as those people that aren't motivated, and I can make it attractive. And because we have more inventory, we have a lot of options right now.
Right, but it is tricky though, and I had this same market when I was in Austin. It's like all of a sudden you can make all this money on a property, should you decide to sell, but it becomes that problem of now what do I do? You know, well, now where do I go? So if I can sell for a great profit, but now I've got to go and buy for a high price. So maybe the mixed market will help with that a little bit if there's maybe a couple deals out there to be had.
100%, and we have more options for buyers now, so
Yeah.
they can be a little more discerning with what they do something and not feel the pressure of having to.
And are we finding that the dollar is playing a part in all of this? Like
Particularly for
Americans
Canadians.
feeling like they're not getting as much bang for their dollar, or Canadians?
Absolutely, but the positive sides of that is, so on your selling side, so the dollar is affecting people when they go to invest, but when you go to sell, as you know, it's based, and a lot of people won't know this, and we won't get into the details of this right now, but it's it's based on the UD, so it's 700,000 UD. That equates right now to $320,000 per person on title. So Brent, if you and your wife are on title, you get 640,000
Right.
of exemption.
Right.
When the exchange rate was better for Canadians and Americans, that was 220,000 per person.
Right.
So now when you go to sell, you don't get 440,000 of exemption. You get
Right.
640. So you do get it on the back end. It's just a lot of people don't know that, so it
Right.
can help them. But you're right. It is playing a part in people making decisions to buy.
Right, but it sounds like if you're like going down the road of like exemptions and stuff, it's best that they talk to you guys a little bit about that, because I mean there's some caveats to that in terms of residency and a few other things, correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But for me, when I'm showing property, I don't show property. Sorry, when I meet clients, I don't show them property right away. We don't even talk about that. I don't get into the pet friendly, how many bedrooms. Give me 15 to 40 minutes of your time to educate you, and then let's look at the property. And that's exactly what the difference is.
Education. It all comes down to the right information.
Absolutely. We talk about that a lot. Let's end on a high note and just remind people why Puerto Vallarta is still an amazing place to invest in, because there's a lot of options all throughout Mexico in terms of real estate.
Why do I think that, you mean?
Yeah, what do you think?
So
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, my wife is Mexican and she's from Guadalajara, and we invested here originally because it's close to that. But I want everybody who's at home right now to take a look at the map of Puerto Vallarta, the bay. Well, we're going to say Banderas Bay, but everybody calls that Puerto Vallarta, but it's not really, but the whole bay. We're protected. So the mountains protect us from hurricanes. So when we have hurricanes, like, we're not getting anything near what, I love Cancun side, but I've been to a resort there once, and in the last 5 years, it's been rebuilt 3 times.
Yeah.
Not a bad place, but your investment is super protected here. Brent, you're a super adventurous guy. What can't you do here? You can be in the mountains one day. You can be
Right.
paddleboarding the same day.
100%.
You can see whales. We can get great culinary,
Scuba diving, everything.
culture.
Especially
there's
this weekend, there's everything.
I'm so tired. I need less stuff. I need to move somewhere else.
and another,
Fun, please.
Yeah, it's been fun, but it's time to go. I'm sorry. I'm tired, Puerto Vallarta.
I wanted to retire, and
I know.
gosh.
I'm so
He's
busy.
not retired now.
No, it's exactly why I moved across the country, because I used to be in the Yucatan. I was bored, So this place has everything and comparable views. I mean, where are you going to go? Southern California and spend millions of dollars?
and
I mean,
mountains and ocean.
absolutely.
Like,
You
I
don't
can
get
on my-
that.
I can get on my ATV and go to the mountains, and I can drive it in the streets here.
Yeah.
Because it's legal.
Yeah.
And in the same day, then go swimming and be in the oceans and be with the whales. So, and one more point with that is accessibility. The
Mm-hmm.
airport, like, I can get back to Canada in where the city I was in like four
Yeah.
hours and 45 minutes.
Yeah, it's an
Interesting
amazing
point too. I guess would be a trivia question. If anybody out there does know Barbara and I, we met here in Puerto Vallarta, and we're from the same city
Yeah.
in Canada.
No way, really?
Yes.
And if anybody wants to know what that is for a
That's
trivia
funny.
question, it is a city that has the greatest outdoor show in the world. So you guys take some guess on that.
Awesome.
That's a great trivia question.
Tell
But
me
we
again.
met
Tell
here.
me again.
Tell you again.
The question.
Greatest outdoor show in the
Oh, just
world
the-
belongs to what city in
just
Canada?
if people could guess which city we're both from. But it's funny, we met here. And one of my really
Guys.
good friends, that's here in town, he's from the same province and stuff as well. And we met here.
Okay. Well,
Unity.
If, yeah,
Unity
so-
in Puerto Vallarta.
yeah, maybe we just need the
Find
answer.
your
I don't
tribe.
know. Yeah. Find your tribe. That's what I always say.
The greatest outdoor show.
Well, that's so wonderful. Thank you so much for bringing him. He's very, very well. You know your stuff.
Well, she had a pretty big intro there, so I was like,
You gotta live up to it.
you know what? Fake it till you make it.
Whatever. Yeah.
We love it here.
So how can we get a hold of you if we have more questions?
I've got a Mexico number, but WhatsApp is great. You just do the +1 in front of it. So +1 403 827 1405.
Okay.
That's super easy. And then dan.mcneil, McNeil, .pvr, like Puerto Vallarta, at gmail.com. Those are the easiest ways to get us.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here at Asphalt. And that was Barbara Lapointe. Each week, she hosts The Real Deal on Real Estate, where we discuss cool properties, market updates, and investments. Now, let me ask you this. Are you ready to live your dream in paradise? Well, look no further than Fabri's Luxury Real Estate in Puerto Vallarta. Discover stunning properties in one of Mexico's most desirable destinations. From beachfront villas to elegant condos, Fabri's offers the finest luxury living. Make Puerto Vallarta your home. Visit us today at Fabri's Luxury Real Estate, fabriscorp.com.mx. Let's go on a quick break. But before, let me give you an idea of what to do tomorrow. If you're out and about, you can just enjoy the delightful Sunday brunch that La Estancia at the Marriott Hotel has crafted for you. It features a diverse selection of dishes at live stations and a refreshing mimosa and Bloody Mary station, complemented by live mariachi music. This goes on every Sunday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. at La Estancia by Marriott. You can book at 322-226-0000. Now let's go on a quick break and then we will be back with more.